If you play video games at all, then you've probably heard of Discord, the market leader in voice chat for gaming and other communities. At 150 million monthly active users, they've completely dominated the voice over IP space for gaming. But this market has always seen disruption from the early days of platforms like IRC and Skype to tailored gaming iterations of the software like TeamSpeak and Curse Voice. Competitors have always come and gone, and one such new competitor that's in the market now is called Guilded. Guilded is a voice chat platform that's designed for gamers with additional specialized features and is competing against Discord in this space. I became aware of it sometime last year when the news broke of the fact that Roblox was acquiring it, and since then I've been an on and off again user of the product. Now as a marketer, I'm always curious about how things grow. So what do they have to do then to grow to be a serious competitor of Discord? The recent Roblox acquisition has likely unlocked a ton of resources for the young company, both in budget and headcount. And in fact, if you look at their website, they're actually hiring a product marketing lead to help them grow. I happen to be a product marketer, so I figured in this video I'd put myself in that person's shoes and do a high-level breakdown of the goals and strategies that I would pursue and set forth to build up Guilded's marketing strategy overall. For me, this is just a fun way to do a case study of sorts and practice my own marketing chops. And hopefully, if you're a marketer watching this, you can take away a thing or two, or you can tell me what I missed and give me feedback on what I can do better. And so in the next 6 minutes or so, I'll break down 3 things. I'll start by giving an overview on my read of Guilded's brand identity and unique selling points, and then I'll talk about the key product marketing goals and challenges that I'm seeing. In other words, I'll define the problem statement as I see it, as well as what success means for marketing. And lastly, I'll round it out by zooming in a bit and speaking tactically about the pillars of product marketing that I think the company should be tackling from an execution perspective. I even made some slides for this thing that I'll overlay, and so with that said, let's jump right in. We'll start by looking at Guilded's brand. These are the top 3 unique selling points that I'm picking up just as a user of the product and from doing some cursory online research. Number 1 is player-centric design. Guilded's product is clearly designed for gamers by gamers, and I think a lot of the brand lore, so to speak, comes from its humble origin story as a product first released directly to the community on the World of Warcraft subreddit back in 2017. And based on the social media interactions that I've seen, the Guilded team is very responsive and amenable to the community, and that's evident in its player-friendly features. For example, unlike Discord, which charges users for more emote storage and better quality streaming, Guilded offers these things for free. And next is creator empowerment. If you're an influencer or community manager looking for the most creator-friendly platform to build on, then Guilded is where it's at. On the monetization side, you have tiered paid subs and the lowest take rate on the market, meaning creators get paid competitively and fairly. And other features like a very welcoming partner program with no thresholds and an upcoming bot API update make it very compelling for people to stake their businesses on this platform for the long term. And lastly, when it comes to general features, Guilded simply offers the most rich feature set for gaming. Whether it's organizational tools like forums, lists, and docs, or community tools like events, scheduling, and polls, Guilded is just way ahead of the competition on rolling out features that users have always long been asking for. And so now that we've talked a little bit about Guilded's brand and key selling points, let's next dig into the marketing challenges at hand. If I had to distill the marketing goals down, it would be on these 2 dimensions of brand and growth. This past weekend, I actually asked 5 of my friends to download Guilded and give me their impression, and all 5 of them immediately drew comparisons to Discord, which is no surprise. I think for the longest time, Guilded's tagline was actually drop Discord, get Guilded. So there's always been this built-in relativistic brand positioning to competitors. And so from a brand perspective, the goal should be to distinguish Guilded from the competition. And to be clear, the idea here is not to distance the brand from Discord, but rather create a compelling enough of a brand identity so that Guilded can stand on its own from a user's perspective without necessarily needing the competitor angle to lean on. And of course, that is a long-term marketing mission that will take time to build up to. And next comes the growth goal. Guilded relies on network effects, meaning the value and utility that a user gets from the product increases as more users join the network. And like many products that are reliant on network effects, Guilded needs to first overcome that cold start problem. Cold start in this case meaning just how do you get the ball rolling in the first place? How do you convince people to join a service that none of their friends are using? This is a common gripe for prospective customers. They say stuff like, I would use Guilded, but none of my friends are on it. And so I think it takes a hyper-focused local growth strategy to first seed initial audiences and enable early adopters to get the word out. And so whether it's targeting individual games or individual niches, the key here is to just start small and dominate a niche before moving on to a broader audience. And I'll expand a little bit more tactically on the next slide as to how we start to solve both of these problems. And so here are 3 initiatives that I would pursue to get the product marketing ball rolling. And we'll get into each of them on the subsequent slides. It all starts with creating go-to-market plans that are in sync with the product roadmap. When I look back on all the blog posts on the Guilded website and what some of the most upvoted conversations are on Reddit and social media, most of it revolves around features and updates. And so it's key for the product marketing team to work intimately with product or engineering to identify what updates are coming down the pike, not just for the next patch, but for the next quarters and years. There needs to be a long-term view on what Guilded will be 5-10 years from now so that we know how to lay the foundational narrative for the brand today. And along the way with each product update, the marketing team is there to help educate the user on one, just what each update actually means for them and their specific use cases. And of course, in the near term, it's the marketing team's job to create that marketing roadmap of what updates, events, and other content will be used for Temple moments and beats, each of which will require go-to-market planning and channel level execution. The other critical component I would prioritize is to unlock new marketing channels and take a full funnel approach to marketing. When I audit Guilded's current state of marketing, I'm seeing competencies in social media presence, Reddit community, a burgeoning partner program, YouTube tutorial content, Twitch programming, and blog posts. And as far as I know, that is the bulk of how people are discovering the service, of course, excluding word of mouth. But if we translate that back to the overall marketing coverage, right now, if you're a hardcore Discord server moderator or guildmaster, then Guilded has lots of content for you. But if you're more of a casual or competitive gamer who's not necessarily proactively seeking a new voice platform, then you're probably not going to discover Guilded on your own. And so the goal here is to stand up new channels that can meet players where they are and improve different touch points on the funnel, like awareness and acquisition, not just engagement. So channels like paid ads, content strategy for SEO, influencer deals, cross-promotion with Roblox or other games, PR, etc. We want to open more avenues for reaching users, all the while executing across all these channels in a cohesive and unified manner. And so by expanding the number of possible outlets that people can discover Guilded on, we're widening our top of funnel reach and reaching users outside of the super core target demographic and early adopters. And last but not least, we want to understand the audience by defining user personas and iterating product messaging to cater to each segment. For example, 3 personas that quickly come to mind for me are the Guildmaster, so people who are a little more technical, maybe looking for new solutions for hosting their communities. 2, competitive gamers, people who can really benefit from Guilded's full gaming feature set. And lastly, socialites, more casual gamers who just want the best platform to enable hanging out and engaging with their friends. And so whether it's formal research like conducting focus group testing or maybe even more casual insight gathering like surveys or scouring user reviews, a core part of the marketing exercise here is to deeply understand the end user and incorporate their point of view into how we market to them in the first place. And with that said, that is a wrap for all the homework that I've done here. A lot of what I said is fairly generalized and each component could be broken down into 100 subcomponents. But in a nutshell, that's where I would start if I were working on this product. There's certainly a ton of things that I could have mentioned that I haven't gotten into, but I'll just close the video by saying that I'm a big fan of the product and I'm excited to see just how the Roblox acquisition actually enables them to grow. They're doing some really cool things with all the features they're rolling out, and I just wish their team all the best in the big challenges and ambitions ahead of them. And with that said, we'll close it out. So thank you for watching and take care.